We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this.
And what this is, straight out of Hell's Kitchen, is Tacocat hot sauce. And there is lots of shiny stuff on this label. As you can see, it is banging the light here like crazy. This is made for Barcade, Hell's Kitchen, New York. Nothing to do, as far as I can tell, with Gordon Ramsay and his various media empire. And they call it a medium sauce. That, yeah, for normal people probably, for normies. Medium for normies, for me it's pretty mild. Alright, let's take a look here at our ingredients list. We have tomatoes with tomato puree and salt, and tomatoes, and habaneros, lime juice, vinegar, garlic, lemon juice, red peppers, cumin, honey, and kosher salt. And as you can see, it is definitely more towards the tanner, lightish brown side of things. And let's just pour a little in here so you can see the old white point. I had to stop eating this one to make sure I had enough. You can see it's very, very thick, but it does move fairly well. You can see it flattened out pretty quickly here. It's just, you can see there's little bits of stuff. It does have a little bit of an orange hue to it, although to me it's more of a light brown sort of tan color. And let's get to it. Right off the bat, get a really strong dose of cumin. So, cumin is not one of your preferred flavors. Might be a bit wise to at least know that going in. This one has getting a little bit of garlic, getting a little bit of habanero, a little bit of citrus. I'm not personally a huge fan of cumin. I think it's okay, but a little bit for me goes a very, very long way. And this one, I think that's the central problem I have with this, is that it is very, very amped up for me with the cumin. If this had a bit of smokiness now, I think that would really, and I mentioned that in the review, which you can find in the description below, it would have tempered this, I think, a little bit better, or even fire roasting the habaneros. So the more I'm starting to gravitate now towards what I actually would like to have in a Mexican sauce, I think now I can start to refine my search after after 8 years of doing the blog, which is, of course, down below. So, you know, in a way it's kind of weird, just that it's easy to get something that's okay as far as Mexican flavors, right? I did all the Taco Bells, I did all the Del Tacos, I did all from a sort of regional chain called Taco Time, and varying levels of okayness there, right? You see a lot of Victoria on the shelf in your grocery store. You can see there's different taco sauce things. Ortega has got some. That's all on the shelf, and it's all just kind of there, and I think it really reinforces more or less what is already in your tacos, if that's what you're having. So when you kind of drift from that, you know, you get into the Mexican table sauces, and those are all, honestly, to me, kind of at the same sort of level, right? Where they're not forceful in any particular direction. You have the Cholulas, you have the Tapatios, you have the Valentinas, which of course we've seen on this channel, or at least the extra hot one. So those are, I think that the bar is a bit low there just to have something, just because it's such a ubiquitous food and we're all, I think, pretty used to those flavors. But trying to get something that I love as much as I love some of the other sauces, I think that's really been the challenge for me, just because, you know, the Pure Death and the Red Devils and the Happy Beaver and things like that are just really high bars. I mean, those, when you look at the sauce of the years, it's really kind of at that level for the most part, that at least that's where I'm kind of angling with for my standby sauce. That idea is really what I try to angle with for my everyday sauces. Okay, so enough about that. Let's get to the getting here, and we have again a couple tamales here. These are the sweet corn tamales from Cedar Lane. You see and hopefully we have enough left to do these up. Just get some of the sauce on here, and we're gonna hope that these are still warm enough to kind of warm up the sauce. Okay, so I've got this is reaching the stage where I'm gonna have to put it like this in the fridge on the cap to try to get everything out of it, because I do like it well enough to finish this bottle, but you can see we're right down to the end here. In fact, I might need a little extra, so let's just start that process now. Now, if you're like me, the last thing you want is a whole drawer full of these, especially if you live with other people that like to try to rip the door off the hinges when they open the fridge. So this is not a desirable state for sauces to be in for me, but that's kind of where we're at now. The heat here is really pretty mild. I would put this at maybe right around the Valentino's extra hot. I just wish it wasn't so cumin heavy. If you like cumin more than me, that won't be a problem, of course. These tamales are so good. I mean, they better be for how much they are. It's the age of COVID, everything is getting more expensive now. If you can find it. Go to the store and you look at empty sockets on the shelves. It's like missing teeth. It's like we have a whole bunch stuck to the sides here. We'll leave it like that. We'll probably have a neck full at the end of this, I'm guessing. It gives you a really good idea of the viscosity. So we'll look at this once we wrap up and see how close it's gotten. These tamales are really good because they're a bit bland, a bit plain by themselves, but they serve as such an excellent base for this style of sauces. And this is maybe my favorite masa for tamales. I would love to have some pork or maybe a little beef in here. I'm gonna have to punt around and see if they've got other tamales that are worth checking out. It's so soft. Most of the time, you get tamales in there. They're not soft. Stuck together, maybe a little rubbery, a little chewy. Not those. All right, let's check in on this, and you can see it is barely just under where the label was. It's about, maybe 4/5 of the neck here, and I'm just gonna leave it in there. Over time, it probably get pretty close, I would think, to being full here, but I've got maybe one more usage of this out of it. This Hell's Kitchen Tacocat, and of course, Tacocat forwards and backwards reads the same, right? But yeah, overly cuminy for me. I probably wouldn't get this again, but if you like cumin, like I said, this could be something that you could really enjoy. For me, it was so maybe just all right, but I'm a food explorer. I love trying new stuff. One of my favorite things to do is these sauces and snacks and this video series, just because I get to try so many different things and they're all got a nice degree of heat to them. Although I am starting to run out of things now, spicy things to do. So be sure to check out my quarterly updates, which are in the blog down below as a link for more information on that. But yeah, there it is. The Hell's Kitchen Tacocat hot sauce.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.